Hello, my name is Onur Uz. I am a journalist, musician, and basically creative person living in London. I was born in Istanbul, Turkey, and for over the last 10 years, I've been trying to establish my creative self in London, which has been quite crazy, and I'm here to tell you my story. I work as a journalist and musician, and I went to school, university, in both in Istanbul and in England. I currently do work with local newspapers in North London, and I help Turkish-speaking newspapers with translations. I go to the events and I cover political events that concerns and is bonded with the Turkish agenda, debates between UK and Turkish stakeholders, political events, cultural events, charity works, and lots of more. I really do enjoy living in London, and also I really enjoy trying to find ways to establish myself as both a musician and journalist. We unfortunately grow up in a society that tells us that we can only be one thing, and in my whole life this has been the starting point of my rebellion. I'm quite a rebel. I can't do one thing in my life, and I don't think in the next few years I'll be that person. I would like to accumulate different experiences to enrich myself, and I'd like to do it professionally. And when people tell these kinds of things, I think they would like that experience to get them money as well, because I mean, you can be yourself, but where does the money come from? Where does the financial reassurance come from? So I'd like to find ways to establish those both qualities, both being a musician and a journalist, and leave a mark through my work. I think never give up is the one big thing, but I think it is also another thing that people do say a lot. In London and in a big city, I think when you start to get motivated by your mistakes, I think it means that you're getting there. But the failures should not depress you and should not make you quit. Of course, sadness and a little bit of downfall comes through failure. But I think it should motivate us and should make us see our mistakes and flaws to do it better. The second would be working really hard to get, but understanding that there are billions of other people living in the same planet. So not really prioritizing your individuality, understand and accept and move on. And definitely accept the things that you're not able to change. Don't try to change everything very quickly. And I think the last one, the third one, would be definitely love what you're doing. And if what you do makes you depressed, if what you do drags you down, find a way to quit. But as in quitting, I don't want you or anyone to quit without having a reassurance. Find different shores to make you happy. Find different reassurances to make you happy, and then quit. I think for example, in living in London, I think life is not as, it's not like a bed of roses. From personal attachments to professional ones, I think it's a quite challenging city, and I think loads of different spaces in the world come with some pros and cons. My biggest challenge has been trying to establish myself, try to express myself. At the same time, alongside accumulating experience, I tried not to miss out on a lot of things, but I do think that I have. And it's because that when you have a job, when you have a career, you don't really see what's happening, around you. That has been one of the things. And I really do think that trying to be enough and sufficient for the agenda that surrounds you is also very tiring. So I would just say, do whatever you can, but don't over push it. Just consider your own cap as well. I would say that I think when you're doing one thing, try and try not to limit yourself. As in, if you're doing if you're doing journalism, if you're doing business, if you're doing marketing, know what kind of to the points that you're working for. When people ask you what kind of journalism that you're tackling, be ready to give clear answers. I think that although I am very pro being, super creative, I also wouldn't encourage anyone to be all over the place. Have some definite descriptions to what you're doing, what your passions are. Go to the glossary of your work, go to the glossary of your profession and find words that defines you. If not, come up with your own words. That's very professional, and employers love it when you come up with some expressions that is not out there.